Hello, and today we are doing a what's for dinner video. So I have pork sausage with a lovely drawing from my daughter. This is our pork sausage from our pigs that we just butchered a couple weekends ago. We tried several things that we made out of it, and they've all been delicious. So for dinner tonight we are having pumpkin spice French toast and regular French toast with pork sausage. We like to put our pork sausage as a patty inside of our French toast and make sandwiches, and it's delicious. So I am going to patty this up, and then I prefer to cook it in the oven because I always seem to overcook pork in my quest to make sure that it's not going to make us sick. So I found the best way for me to get good pork sausage patties is to cook it in the oven. And here we have eggs from our chickens.
Stab, 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 stab.
Ooh. Alright, I've got 3 different kinds of bread. I've got the pumpkin spice bread, regular white bread, and then my healthier wheat bread. So people should be able to choose from whatever and find something they like. This pumpkin bread smells amazing. I'm definitely trying this. So I'm going to take one of these, and then one of these, and then another one of these. And put some syrup on there. Oh my gosh. Delicious. For dinner tonight, we're having pork roast. These are just 2 pre-seasoned pork roasts from Winco. And then I boiled up some broccoli, and since my brothers were just here, they left Velveeta, and this is what my mom used to do when we were little, is she would melt Velveeta on it. So I'll just put the lid back on and let that melt. I have these biscuits left over. I just threw some butter on them. We'll heat those up. So here's dinner. Alright, I've had this chicken going in the crock pot all day, and I'm going to shred it up, and we are doing some chicken tacos for dinner. Alright, so to my chicken, we're going to do 1 packet of taco seasoning mix, and then we'll do 1 can of diced tomatoes, 1 can of green chilies, I'm losing my forks. And then it's called for 3/4 cup of salsa. Let me get the salsa con queso dip. And I got a little more than 3/4 cup, but that isn't gonna bother me. I think this stuff is delicious. I'll probably lick the spoon. Alright, and then we're just gonna stir it all together and let it heat up a little more. I feel like this is something that my dad would really like, so if it's good, I will pass this recipe on to my mom. I like to get these tortilla land tortillas. It's the dough, and then you just plop them on your skillet to heat them up. We feel like they taste closer to authentic tortillas, and since my husband grew up eating homemade tortillas, he prefers these. Now for my rice, I have 2 tablespoons of butter melting, and I add 1 cup of rice, and then we're just going to brown this up, and then I'll add the seasonings. Nice and brown, so we are going to add 1.5 cups of water, half a can of tomato sauce, some garlic, and a teaspoon of tomato chicken bouillon. And we're going to stir that around really good. And when that starts to come to a boil, we'll put the lid on and simmer it for 20 minutes. And the rice is done. So here's my dinner. For dinner tonight, we are having shredded pork nachos. I have some rice going in this pot, using up the last of that tomato sauce I opened yesterday. I have some beans that I just boiled up right here, and then I drained them, not all the way, left a little bit of liquid, and threw some salt and pepper in. And now I'm going to mash these up. And then we have leftover pork roast in the fridge that I'm going to shred up and heat up. And then we've got chips, and then I have that leftover bottle of salsa con queso from last night's dinner. Here's my shredded pork. I'm just going to hit this pan with some cooking spray and throw it in there and kind of get it a little warm, maybe a little bit crispy. And then with dinner, haha, in typical Lindsay fashion, I bought this to drink with our Halloween, and I forgot it in the back of the fridge. So with our random nachos, the kids will get to try some pumpkin pie spice ginger brew. Alright, this is looking hot and crispy. We've got some salsa, some onions, the chips, real cheese for people that want it, sour cream, and jalapenos. I think we're ready. And here's my plate, and I will come back for my side of rice. Tonight for dinner we are having Pisole, and this is stew meat from our pigs, and I love Madeline's little drawing here for me. That makes it so fun to take meat out of the fridge. And I'm going to toss this in the crock pot real quick. Alright, meat in the crock pot. Now I have a whole onion here I'm going to dump in. I got this recipe from Junior's mom. She is the queen of Mexican recipes. I'm going to pour in the water. And then we're going to let this slow cook for a while before we add our spices and hominy. So the pork and onion have been slow cooking. Now I'm going to add, that looks disgusting, 2 cans of hominy, some salt, and then the most important ingredient is the chili powder. And she said to just add it to taste, so there will probably be lots of sprinkling and tasting. And then pepper. I'm going to give that a stir up and give it a taste and see what I think. On the side, we're going to be having something completely non-traditional, but I found this biscuit recipe on Facebook, and it actually was called No Yeast Rolls. So it has flour, milk, salt, baking powder, and a little bit of mayo, which sounds weird, but you're supposed to be able to just put them in these muffin pans and bake them, and then they'll bake up like rolls. So we'll see how that turns out.
No.
So here's my bowl of soup. It doesn't look terribly appetizing in the picture, but it smells really good. And then these are how those supposedly rolls turned out. They look like drop biscuits. I don't know. We'll see how they taste. Well, we finished dinner, and the soup turned out to be a hit. The biscuits, not so much. They were okay. They were a little salty as they were. They were probably the easiest biscuits I've ever made, but they were pretty much like drop biscuits. I don't know why it was trying to call them rolls, but they were okay. Probably won't make them again. But that'll wrap up this week's What We Ate This Week video. So let me know in the comments if you like these, and if you do, I'll make some more. Thanks for watching.